Welcome back to 13 Cedar Lane on day 30. We have still very cold weather, which is limiting us to working outside. We had some water in the basement a couple of warmer days above 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was, we thought that we missed something. And the water wasn't large, but it was enough to raise attention. So we excavated this again, filled it up with water. It was holding, a little bit was coming through. I had a licensed plumber that does my underground work come over and had him inspect it. We saw a sump pit with a terracotta pipe coming into it. So I assumed that there was a drain tile system. Thought maybe it was clogged and not working and he was just gonna rot it out. Unfortunately, he said that it only services one window well and one drain, which is the egress window from the mechanical room, and nothing else. So dismayed about that. So right here below us, there is a floor drain in this pit, and that is what that sump is designed to work on, not the front of the building. That has exacerbated the problem over the years, and with this built up vegetation here pushing against the building, holding water, we have created a situation where the bottom of the foundation, the top of the footing, has a long horizontal breach, and there's really nothing we can do about that except on the inside of the house. We're gonna saw cut the concrete, we're gonna excavate it, we're gonna put a drain tile system, we're gonna connect it to the existing sump for that to be pumped out. There will be a vapor barrier installed, and any of the moisture condensation that comes into the home is gonna be caught on that, gravitationally pulled down into the sump and into the drain tile, and then moved to the sump. That's the bad news. The good news is that the drywall's on, so things are looking nice. The house on the interior is a disaster. I do have to get laborers through, that is a fact, but it's just par for the course right now. Lots of things going on, lots of mess, but ceilings put back together, walls put back together. Things are looking quite good. Here in the ground floor master, the closets, and the bathroom have all been drywalled, shower Durocked, so that looks great. Ready for tiling. The kitchen and the dining room look great, except for the mess. We had a little last minute decision in order to address a potential problem, not necessarily a problem, but a potential problem in the laundry room. I felt that it was necessary in order to protect the mop sink plumbing as well as the gray box from the exterior wall and really, limited insulation value. So I decided at my own cost to build this additional wall and install all of the plumbing inside the existing wall. This way we're going to be sure that it is not freezing in the winter, especially that mop sink area there. We are approximately 3 inches inside the home, so still quite cold on that wall, but definitely much better than what we had intended to do. The wallpaper on this ground floor is coming off okay. You can see this area, there's quite a bit of wallpaper though. That area, that closet behind me, came off okay. This area here, a little bit worse. And as we're going upstairs, it's really becoming very, very difficult, if not cost prohibitively impossible. It's always been warm up here. It's a big furnace, and unfortunately, I think this wallpaper has just been baked on, and it is not coming off. It's coming off in these, teeny tiny little pieces that you know, it's just absolutely cost prohibitive in order to do so. I don't know I don't have budgeted drywall to drywall all these walls. Obviously we can't leave the wallpaper. I'm gonna have to come up with something creative in order to address this issue. In this third bedroom, where we made the closet a little bit smaller in order to accommodate the increased closet in the hallway, potentially the second floor laundry, we're about 4 by 5, still quite comfortable. If we have a little bit of hanging behind us, L-shaped. You know, this is obviously going to be a kid's room. Should be sufficient. Large laundry or closet prepared for laundry. What we're calling the kids' bath here. Durock installed. The bathtub is protected. I always put plywood on it and reinforce it so as the guys are walking on it, they don't damage the finish. Kids' bath drywall. And we moved the door for the master, lining it up with this hallway, which made all the sense in the world. The new configuration in the master suite, if you remember, we had that patch of drywall right there was the door, and then you would enter the closet and the bathroom through it. We ended up moving the door over, so we're able to move the bathroom door. Closet entry is directly from the sleeping chamber. Ran out of Durock, so I had to go get some material this morning for our very large shower. So drywall hanging will be done by 11 o'clock this morning. They're putting the corners on now, and the tapers will start tomorrow morning, and it'll be about a 5-day process. The lower level, as I mentioned, is going to have a saw cut. Saw cutting. You remember we had this wall all framed out. So all the framing was here. We found these small water. I'll turn your compressor on in a minute. Give me a minute. We had water here, and it's seeping from the bottom of the foundation wall. So there's nothing we're gonna do. Took the framing apart. We will be saw cutting now this entire strip of concrete here. We're gonna excavate it. We're gonna put a drain tile system in and then connect it to, we're gonna connect it to this sump here. So there'll be a continuous drain tile along the entire front of the house. We're gonna crawl space final floor drain and plumbing modifications done to the laundry room. As I moved that wall out, I had to rebuild all of that, but better that now than coming back later with frozen pipes and a flooded mudroom. So progress is being made. Unfortunately, we have to stop and install that drain tile system. But I mean, if we didn't do it now, doing it later would just be a complete unmitigated disaster with the finished basement. By the time the new homeowner would find out, there'd probably be mold. I mean, it would just be a disaster.